Are you tired of dropping a massive check into a mailbox and then just waiting? I mean, sweating over USPS delays for 2 solid weeks? We have absolutely all been there. But what if you could bypass the post office entirely and clear your property taxes right from your couch? Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to This Explainer. Think of this as your definitive, totally stress-free guide to handling your local property taxes digitally. Today, we're decoding the exact infrastructure of the Dane County online property tax system. We are going to turn what feels like a multi-jurisdictional maze into a really simple, predictable process. Here is our agenda to get there. 1. Why pay online? 2. Preparing to pay. 3. Timelines and jurisdictions. 4. The payment portal. 5. Verifying payment. And 6. Tips and disclaimers. Section 1. Why pay online? Let's take a look at why going digital is such a massive upgrade from the old paper route. The immediate peace of mind this digital system offers is honestly undeniable. The biggest benefit is pretty obvious, right? You completely avoid postal delays and that awful anxiety of lost mail. But beyond that, the online infrastructure lets you access real-time ledgers and generate instant e-receipts. Because the Access Dane system updates nightly on weekdays, it literally eliminates all the guesswork of whether your payment actually cleared. Plus, your transactions are processed through highly secure, dedicated financial gateways. Section 2. Preparing to pay. Because, well, before we can just log on and hit pay, we need some specific info. So the crucial point is this: your parcel identification number, or PIN. This unique multi-digit code is the absolute key to navigating the entire county property tax system. It's like a giant puzzle, and without this specific piece, you can't access your tax portal or make sure your payment is actually credited to your specific piece of real estate. Fortunately, finding this number is a breeze. It's printed directly on all your physical tax documents. We're talking your original winter tax bill, your municipal installment notices, and any county delinquent notices. But hey, don't panic if your paperwork is buried under last week's junk mail. The Access Dane online portal has a really fantastic quick search feature. You just type in your name or your street address to pull up your property profile and grab that vital PIN. Section 3. Timelines and jurisdictions. Now, this is where things usually get a bit tricky. So in Dane County, the property tax system is decentralized. That creates this seasonal shift in who actually collects the money. During the winter months of December and January, you've got to pay your current year taxes directly to your local municipality, so your specific city, town, or village. Then, from February 1st through the 20th, there's a settlement period where local records are reconciled. Finally, after February 20th, the primary collection authority shifts over to the Dane County Treasurer. And this brilliantly illustrates the rules, which really depend entirely on your specific situation. During the winter, current year taxes go to your local municipality, while prior year delinquent taxes, those always go to the Dane County Treasurer. After February 20th, the county takes over almost everything. But look closely at that bottom row, there is one major exception, and that's the City of Madison. The City of Madison Treasurer actually retains sole collection authority for all current year real estate taxes through the summer, all the way to July 31st. So if you live in Madison, you'll use their specific city portal during the spring and summer, not the county portal. Make sense? Section 4, the payment portal. All right, let's execute this payment. The digital workflow is structured step by step so you absolutely cannot get lost. First, you search for your PIN on the Access Dane platform. Once your property profile loads, you'll see a very distinct Pay Taxes Online button. Clicking that takes you to a screen where you manually enter the exact payment amounts you want to apply to either prior years or the current year. Finally, you'll be redirected to Point and Pay, which is the county's secure third-party gateway to finish up the transaction. Oh, and a quick pro tip for secure online transactions. Always make sure you see HTTPS up in your web address bar before typing in any payment details. Once you're in that secure gateway, you need to know what payment methods are actually accepted. The system takes e-checks, which have a small flat convenience fee and must come exclusively from a standard checking account, along with credit and debit cards, which carry a percentage-based convenience fee. However, please take note of what is strictly prohibited. You cannot use ACH bank originations, direct wire transfers, or transfers from savings accounts. Actually, scratch that. Don't even try it. Because if you try to use one of these prohibited methods, the clearinghouse will simply reject it and your payment will not be recorded. Section 5. Verifying payment success. Clicking submit isn't the finish line. We definitely want to verify it worked. To get that final peace of mind, give the system a little time to process.
Remember, it updates nightly, so no need to panic if it's not instant or if the gateway seems a little slow for a minute. Just return to the Access Dane portal the next day and search your PIN again. Under the tax information section, you can click on e-receipt for an official record of your current year payment, or e-statement to pull up a real-time ledger that should reflect a very satisfying zero balance due to the county.
Section 6, Essential Tips and Disclaimers. Let's do a little long-term housekeeping.
Here are a few actionable insights drawn straight from the county's protocols. First off, grab your phone and set calendar reminders right now for those seasonal deadlines. If you miss a deadline and go delinquent, the penalties are brutal. The entire tax bill becomes due immediately, and they slap on a 1.5% monthly interest and penalty fee retroactively calculated all the way back to February 1st. Ouch. Second, if you ever move or need to change your mailing address, you can't just call the county. Address updates absolutely must be submitted in writing, either by emailing property.listing@danecounty.gov or by mailing a physical letter.
And that brings us to an important disclaimer. While we've mapped out the structural framework of the system today, you know how it is. Bureaucratic procedures, third-party payment platforms, and convenience fees inevitably evolve over time. You should always verify current procedures, exact seasonal deadlines, and specific fee structures directly on the official Dane County Treasurer's website or with your local municipal clerk before initiating any transaction. By understanding those seasonal timelines, securing your PIN, and following the digital portal steps, you are completely equipped to handle this obligation smoothly and securely. So, are you ready to conquer tax season right from your couch? If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to share this explainer with a neighbor who could use a little less mailbox anxiety in their life. It makes you wonder, though, if we can streamline our property taxes this easily, what other local civic duties are just waiting to be digitized? Thanks for joining me, and happy learning.